I would like to say that I'm speechless, but that would be a lie. I got so much stuff written down here. We'll be out by 11 maybe. Very quickly, I want to go through some of this. We've got a lot of tales told today. When they gave the time, they said everybody was 5 to 7 except John. He was 7 to 9. Why 9? He can tell you everything he knows in 1. As for the table topic, people, Ken, I not only play Army golf, I play Navy golf. They've got divers looking for my balls. And I've got one 7-iron in the lake over there too, that I've never found. Oh, Phyllis, you said you've never seen failure. I can tell you failure. In 37 years, I never once won a club series speech contest. Not one time.
Did you enter?
Between Ralph Walker and Jane Odine and John Shepard and all that, I never won a serious speech contest in this club. And I thought, well, I'll enter the humorous speech contest. I got nothing better to do, and I won that. Joyce, you got off easy. All you had to do was yell. Tilly hat. Betty Walker ended up having to buy a sunroom. Remarks about when we travel and go to the golf courses, that's true, but a lot of times when we're traveling, it's because Sue's quilting. She quilts and I play golf at the local golf courses while she quilts. And Jerry, you described our current president, I think, very well.
That's love.
He knows nothing and plays golf.
That's love.
Kim, I have one of those pocket fishermen at the house. I'll be glad to let you have it. It is sitting on the shelf there. In fact, I got 2 of them. That's why there's none left anyway. And I have a new replacement for the truck. I flipped the truck a couple of times. I learned that from you. This one has tricks that the other one didn't even know. One day this week I went out, put the key in the ignition, turned it, not a sound. Played around with it, not a sound. 15 or 20 minutes later, I'm banging and kicking and hitting with a hammer. It finally cranked. Then when I went to pull it out of park, it was locked in the park and it wouldn't come out of park. So I got it cranked. So I walked. Matthew, that put toes in first is good, but a story you've never heard. When I was quite small, I had younger brothers, and we were going out one morning to pick some blackberries, and my parents were still asleep. And so we dressed my youngest brother, and we put his shoes on the wrong feet. He came back home complaining about his feet hurt. John. I always refer to John as a pointy-headed bureaucrat. Lovingly, of course. BFF by John is exactly accurate. Best friend forever. I appreciate that, John. And Alex, you don't know how right you are. Every evening about 9:30, my cat comes in and sits in the middle of the room and washes herself. Then when she gets through, she goes, stands at the back door and goes out because she's an outdoor cat. But every evening she comes in and sits in the middle of the room and washes herself. I don't know why I enjoy watching that, but she will verify.
That's something you want to say to
Matthew, I understand after listening to you talking about my 59 in golf, I understand why you have a hangover this morning. I think you're still drunk. about fish story. She took it hook, line, and she asked me after that, she said, what about that fish? And he was, I mean, she just bit the whole thing. But a little note from Willie. The first meeting I ever went to a Toastmasters as a guest was at the OYMCA in Cannon. And there was Jay and, I don't know, 3 or 4 or 5 others. The only thing that I learned that day was they were in a hurry to get through the meeting so they could go and shoot pool. That was the first thing they did. I didn't go to another meeting. It didn't impress me at all. And several years later, somebody else invited me to a Toastmasters meeting, and I came and stayed. But Jay and them were in a hurry, so they got to go shoot pool. I will say one last thing, and that is I have a hard time deciding that it was time to quit. And physically, I'm having some problems that made it time. But my mind doesn't quit working yet. The other day I got up on Saturday and got the truck started over here. And I realized I ain't got to go over there today. I'm not a member anymore. So I turned around and went back home. I guess I'll always be a gold mine Toastmaster. Somebody asked me why I joined, and I said, well, it was so I wouldn't have to mow the grass on Saturday. Grass is knee deep in my house right now. But I guess I'll always be a Toastmaster, and I'll always be a gold mine Toastmaster. It made me meet a lot of people that I truly love. A lot of them have come and a lot of them have gone. I don't have any idea how many people have come through this club in 37 years that met their goals and then quit, left, and gone on to better things. Probably in the thousands over 37 years that have come and gone. But one other thing, Barney, you said that I didn't hear well. You as well as I are DTMs, which means don't tell me. My sales manager, Joe Ernst, had a meeting every Friday morning. And when he got us all in there and started the meeting, I made it a point of reaching up to my hearing aid and clicking it. Joe would say, you turning that on or turning it off? And I would just smile. I truly have enjoyed 37 years. I will be back from time to time. I do intend to take Sue traveling some. She told me not long ago, she said, just how I didn't envision retiring and staying at home. I wanted to travel some. So we're going to try to see a few places as money will allow us, like Rockville, and occasionally when I save up a little bit more, we may make Charlotte. It's been a blast for 37 years. Thank you for the memories.